All right, here we go, guys. We're on our way to Lakeland for the big Fun and Sun Flying. So we're spending a week en route in Floral City, Inverness, that sort of area.
Yep, and the reason I picked Floral City is, as everyone that knows me, I'm an avid bicyclist. I love to bicycle.
She does like to bike.
And this town is halfway in between the Withlacoochee State Trail, which is a 46-mile paved trail. And so this is perfectly positioned. One day we'll go north, next we'll go south, but it goes through a whole bunch of small little towns, through some state parks, nature reserves. So it's going to be a great couple of days of bicycling.
All right, so day one of our 2-day bicycle trip.
Yes.
Here,
so we are
based
right
out
here.
of Floral City.
Here's the map here, 46
Let
miles.
me back up so they can see.
46 miles.
All right.
And here we are in Floral City. That's where we're staying at a
campground.
campground.
About halfway.
Pretty much, yep.
Just inside of Citrus County here in Florida, right? Okay.
So I think today, let's go south.
All right, south.
Let's go south.
South it is.
Yep, and we'll be going through a couple of towns and lake preserves, some recreation areas, and a couple of parks.
And as you guys saw in Gulf State Park, our trusty steeds for the day are our Rad Power bikes. Sharon's is sitting over there. Got her all packed up with all kind of snacks. Little Girl Scout cookies. Can't go wrong with that, right? Anyway, so we're going to head off on down the trail. I think it's this way. Which way are we heading, Sharon? Which way is south?
I don't know.
We better figure this out because I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's south. The gentleman over there says that's south, so that's the way we're...
Floral City, and then we're heading down to spend a week in Lakeland.
Guess who this is? This is Bruce.
Hey, I'm not sure who you're talking to, but how you doing?
These fine folks here just pedaled up the trail from the south, and they say you meet the nicest people on the trail. Would you guys agree? Nice. All right, as we start our trek south, the whole Withlacoochee State Trail runs through towns, runs through some parks, actual state and local parks, I think it runs through some neighborhoods, but it also is all paved and is really well maintained, well marked, and so on. So we're gonna have a really great time, and all these folks here are riding their bikes up and down the trail. So as we come to a road, you'll see how well marked it is. All right, as you guys know, we're starting in Floral City. This is East Orange Avenue. The Avenue of the Oaks, they call it. There's a whole tree line road down there, beautiful oaks. And all along the trail, they have bike shops dotted, different bike shops. There's one right there, can help you with all your needs and everything. But you can see the trail, again, is completely well marked. And on a side note, sorry, I got an itch there. On a side note, Florida's full of trails. Sharon and I have been on the Pinellas trails. And all these are part of the roads, Rails to Trails program put into place in the state long ago, but they've taken old rail lines and places like that and made them into trails, hiking trails, walking trails. Pinellas County, this area here, Citrus and Hernando counties, the Bellevue Santos trails in the Ocala area, lots and lots of stuff. So there's never a shortage of biking and hiking trails. Now back to the Withlacoochee Trail. It is, Sharon said it's about 46 miles, Sharon?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, about 46 miles. I didn't look at the map close enough to tell you exactly where it starts and where it ends, but I will make sure that's in the video. And we'll have a little Google map and everything for you guys. But the trails, we've already been on the trail for like maybe a quarter of a mile, third of a mile, and it's gone through neighborhoods and some other areas, or back behind them actually, on the public lands. And then some other trails that come off of it. So there's lots and lots of places to ride here. So. Now look how pretty this is. We've gone through some farming areas, we've gone through residential areas, but what a cool area. This is old Florida, Floral City, Inverness. This is old Florida. I don't know if you guys can see it over there. That's a big farm over there, horse farm it looks like, cattle. Yeah, it's big, giant. They got horse pens and all over there. So the trail runs through some really cool spaces. Have a great day, Miss Deborah. She just stopped and told us what these are. We've seen a bunch of them already on the trail. These are bluebird houses. They have them along the trail. It's nesting season, so she says she's got a bunch in her yard, and they set these up because they put their eggs and everything in there, but they're all along the trail. Okay, so I thought that was rather interesting. We've seen 3 of them. Just one of the farms we're going by here on the trail. Hope you guys can see out there, and there's the houses over there. I'm not sure what road this is, but there's just some beautiful, beautiful properties here along the trail. Oh my God. Kind of a little swampy going on here, guys. This is, again, along the trail. Very cool. We got some cypress trees in there. You got oak trees. Look at that. That's just the texture and the color. Amazing. Simply. What are you guys? Who are you?
I'm Barb.
Barb?
Kathy.
Kathy.
We're snowbirds from Washington State.
Oh, that's where my daughter lives. She lives out by Lake Bay, which is west of Tacoma.
Oh,
Gig Harbor area.
we're at the base of Mount St. Helens.
Oh, about that. We're going to be there. I think we're going to be there.
No, Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier. We're going to be going to Mount Rainier. Is that where you're from too? What? Sharon, how can you say there's not much video action? Just because he's slow and quiet doesn't mean he's not good video material. Anyway, along the trail, we were just talking to these folks here that are getting ready to go. They said they've seen a couple of them. And the other ladies we just spoke with, they said that we would see holes where they burrow. Not really sure. It looks like a tortoise to me. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody comment below and let me know if you can tell what it is. But they say they see them a lot on the trail, so you just got to be cognizant and be careful of them and everything. Hey guys, how about a little public service announcement while we're riding down the trail? We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you following along and hanging out with us. We also appreciate when you like, subscribe, ring the bell, get notifications. That helps with our YouTube algorithm. So anyway, we just do appreciate you guys, and hope you're enjoying the video. Sharon might have got bit by a fire ant here on the trail. So we picked a little place. They have these little rest stops, if you will, along the trail. And then they have also, which is really cool, some little things. It's for you to read. The Great Train Wreck of 1956. It says, you're standing on the site of one of the worst train disasters in Florida history. Hey Sharon, check it out. This is just off the trail. And back here on one of the country roads. This is so cool. There's a farm, there's a bunch of farms. We have passed a bunch of farms, a bunch of cows in the field, horses, but it looks like they do. There's a big steer in the field over there. There's a bunch of them right there. So this is obviously a working ranch. So right here. What do you think, Sharon?
I love the picking bulls.
I know, isn't that kind of cool up there? So they must, maybe they do rodeo work or what have you, but definitely a good sized cattle ranch.
For the bull over there.
Yeah, he looks pretty ugly mean over there. He's eyeing us saying,
get out. I don't think that's a good picnic spot, Dwight.
Probably not, Sharon. Where are we, Sharon? We stopped along the trail in
Istishada.
Oh, Istishada. What is it? Istishada. Istishada, Florida. We stopped along the trail, which is right there because we saw the ice cream sign.
Yes, so we got so very excited.
We got very excited. We had some other folks come up. We're all gonna have ice cream together. And what do we find? It's closed. But it's pretty cool. This is the kind of... All right, just came across Lake Townsend Park, Hernando County Park. Sorry about the graffiti. Got some inconsiderate people in this world. It irritates the living daylights out of me. But we're gonna go check out Lake Townsend. It looks like, yeah, you're standing, okay, where we're at is you're standing along the historic route of the Conquistador Hernando de Soto and his expedition through Florida. So they have a bunch of trails here. Some they did on foot, some they did on horseback, obviously. So it talks about some of that history as they explored Florida back in the 1500s. Wow. This area never ceases to amaze me. Look at all this cypress in here. Oh my gosh. These are... I'm going to say this is Lake Townsend, which is part of a river system. I'm just not sure which one it is. But look how pretty this is. Wow. Amazing. All right, so we just determined, Sharon, that there's not really a lake, it's just a wide part of the Withlacoochee River. But look how pretty this is, oh my gosh. All right, very cool. We got some lambs. These lambs are sheep, these are sheep along the trail. Pretty cool. Nice. Obviously we got a little farmstead or something here. But man, there's so many things along the trail, it's insane. I love this. Turtles, birds, sheep, unbelievable.
Bicyclists.
Bicyclists, who would have thought on a bicycle trail? Who would have thought? Here they come, they're coming to say hi. Oh, they're talking to us. He's got to stop and scratch. Hey, you got priorities, I get it. Here they come, nice, nice. Very cool. The whole gang's coming now. This is awesome. This is awesome. He's trying to warn them that we're not friendly folk. Look at this guy.
If there's any treats to be had,
there's any treats?
First in line.
Oh, you know what? I bet. Hey, do you guys like Girl Scout cookies? Huh? I'll get in trouble for feeding you guys probably. Some farmer will come out and get us. You know, this may be more than a 2-day ride north and south. We may make this 3 days worth of rides. You guys are going to get to see a lot of cool stuff. So scenery is spectacular around here. You know what makes this even better than just general Florida scenery? Is my riding companion. All right, guys, we are end of our ride for today. We've done, how many miles you think we've done so far down the trail, Sharon?
13 or 14.
13 or 14 from Floral City to the Croom Mountain Bike Trails. We're just north of this, what looks like the Citrus County line. Those are all bike trails back here. And Croom is an old motorcycle riding area back in the day, but they've got all kind of bike trails and hiking trails and equestrian trails back in here. So we're gonna head back to Floral City now, and we'll pick up where we left off. Maybe we'll park here tomorrow and then maybe go further down. All right, Sharon said we had a hightail at home. We do have a steak dinner waiting for us. Got some ribeyes marinating in the fridge. We stopped by Carol's. If you looked at our Facebook post the other day, stopped by Carol's Sausage and Country Store in Southern Georgia on off of I-75. Link below. We got some sausage and some ribeyes. And the ribeyes are going to be tasty, I can feel it. There's Sharon taking a break on her way back to her campsite. You do, your feet are kind of short there, don't you think? Nice, nice. Look at that, you even got some urban decay right there with you on the trail. Urban decay. There's our trusty steeds. They've been working hard. We've gone about 5 miles back already, I think. Those rad power bikes. Just as a little PSA maybe, in the middle of this, we've done now, how many miles do you think we've done total, Sharon? Just give me a...
Today?
Yeah, today, so far.
It was 13 miles there, and we've gone about 4, so about 17 miles.
About 17 miles total. We've been using a little bit of battery, a little bit of pedal. The battery is still showing full. They say you get 40 miles if you pedal and everything, pedal and battery, or 20. That's the way the kind of the specs read on these. So these are great little deals, guys. Hey guys, we're on our way back, as you know, but we just crossed this line. We saw it going out. I didn't pay much attention to it, but remember at the sign I told you we were at the south end of Citrus? I was way out. We were well into Hernando County. Hernando County is to the south, Citrus County here's to the north, and this is the county line right here on the trail. So I was definitely way off when I said how far we were or where we were at. So anyway. On our ride back, Sharon had to take a phone call. We're stopped alongside this in the road. Anyway, this is going to be upcoming later in the year. But the Lippert Scouts, some of you may have heard of them, big RVing group, right? Sanctioned by the Lippert Corporation. We've been trying to get into this one Lippert extravaganza. Sharon knows all these names. Out at Yellowstone later this year. That's going to be a video, of course, later in the year, but what a phenomenal. There's very limited sites, and she's able to snag one of them at the campground, full hookups for the week with the Lippert Scouts. So this is going to be a very cool. So she's on. All right, Sharon, was I right? Was it the Lippert folks?
Yes, can you see?
Reservation confirmation. That is for Red Rock Campground, West Yellowstone.
Yes, and it's going to be the Lippert Getaway.
Woo!
Which everyone loves to go on because
Yeah.
they have, actually we've never been on one, but they do have, they organize it excellently. They have, you know, your meals and your activities, so it's going to be a fun time.
So we'll be doing a video on that later this year when we get out there, of course.
That'll be in September.
Nice. So very cool. So congratulations. Very limited access.
It's going to be fun.
All right, we are arriving back in Floral City, or this juncture of the trail, I'll say. And while we're here in Floral City, when we come back, I want to show you guys a couple more things too before we get on the trail tomorrow and possibly the next day. I want to show you guys a couple of things here, right here in Floral City. As we got to the crosswalk here in Floral City, this is East Orange Avenue. Right here, this is basically downtown Floral City. And this is the trail, of course, that we're getting ready to, our car's parked over on the other side. All right, I'm back. I had to get off my bike because everybody was stopping. They're very cognizant, and that's very cool. Everybody is very cognizant of this trail all the way down the trail. Anyway, there's a custom motorcycle shop over there. I want to show you guys if we can get in there tomorrow. Cool little hardware store. They call this the Avenue of the Oaks because if you look down there, it's all lined with oak trees. We'll show you that on the way back. And maybe if I can, we'll get into this bike shop here. If they're open tomorrow, we'll get into this bike shop over here. And there's, from what I understand, there's bike shops kind of dotted along the entire 40-some mile trail. All right, so it's been a really good day, and
Fantastic day. I'm looking forward to another day or two of bicycling.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Very cool. This is also on our way back to our car parking for our bikes, and historic Floral City. It's got a little mural of the entire little area, Floral City, and also lots of cool history if you just stop and pay attention. Right there's the Avenue of the Oaks, if you can see that, and just some of the different homes, the historic homes that are right here in downtown. Hey gang, how you guys doing? This is day 2. We are where you guys saw us stop yesterday, where we thought we weren't in Hernando County, but we were right at Croom, which is a kind of a state park with mountain bike trails and all this other stuff. So we're getting ready to go do about 10 miles today.
Oh, it'll be more than that, Dwight. 10 miles. No, we're probably going to be doing 20 to 30. So I'm fueling up some cashews.
There's I-75 right here. How are ya? Woo! How are you guys doing? Nice. This is the 4th time I got to go back and get my hat. There's the offending part of my attire today. This is so pretty in here. Look at this. Oh my gosh, we're south of 75 on the trail right now. What do you think of that, Sharon?
Beautiful.
I'm telling you, it's pretty dang nice. This is old Florida. This is it. As we continue our trek south to basically the southern starting point of the trail, if you will, Withlacoochee State Trail Ridge Manor Trailhead. This is one of many access points to the trail itself. So this is on Croom Rydal Road here in Ridge Manor. So very cool. Sharon's up there checking the map. Nice parking spaces, or parking area. There's some bikers going by now. And so they've done a spectacular job making this accessible for everybody, you know. Where are we now here on this deal?
We are at Ridge Manor Trailhead, which is
almost
K right there.
All right, cool. So we're almost to the south end. Yeah, K's right there.
K right there.
And then L's the
so we
beginning.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 or 6 miles to the trailhead at the end of the trail.
Yeah, then Owensboro Trailhead.
Correct. We have a lot of benches to rest along the way, or covered.
Yeah, just tell them about those.
pavilions,
Yeah.
Some restrooms along the way as well.
Yeah.
The only thing it's missing though is
What's
they
that?
really need some kind of
food.
like little ice cream store.
Oh, an ice cream truck. Yeah, that
That's
would be
right.
very cool, right? Hey, and while we're here at the trailhead, be time to note that from A all the way down to L, about 46 miles of trails, goes down actually into Pasco County, north end of Pasco County. But it starts up near Dunellen, Citrus Springs, up near Dunellen. And so our third day, I'm sure we'll go from Floral City and go north. So that's pretty cool. But also on this on the board here, very informational. We've been passing a lot of these markers on the trail. The R786, like this one says, and there's been a bunch of different ones. But that's how many miles it is to Richmond from that location. So these are all old historical railroad lines. Not sure. All right, gang, another what looks like a railroad marker. This we're not familiar with. If anybody out in our YouTube land here, our audience, you guys, if anybody knows anything about these, if you could comment below, that would be very, very cool.
What the heck is this?
Hey guys, just off the trail, town called Trilby. It was settlement back from the 1870s. Very cool. Talks a little bit of history here. And there's a church and an old post office and whatnot, so we're going to maybe take a little ride down there and check it out. So all these cool things right off the trail. And the trail, we're almost at the southern point of the trail right there.
Made it!
We made it, Sharon.
Woo!
Mile zero.
Yeah, whee!
All the way from Floral Zero, man, I am tired. Floral City, all the way down to the south end of the trail to mile zero. And all along the trail they have these markers all the way north. All right, our southernmost marker, basically the beginning of the trailhead at Owensboro, Highway 301, also US, I believe that's all part of US 98 as well, that whole thing. But Owensboro back in the day was a crossroads, if you will, for some railroads. And I think some of the railroads we named earlier might have been wrong, but we'll correct all that as I'll research it all. But anyway, very cool area. This whole trip has been full of history and cool stuff to see. So we'll go over all that stuff in our video. All right, gang, day 3. We're gonna go north on the trail from Floral City. Let me show you on the map what we're getting ready to ride here. I think we're only gonna go about 10 miles because they're doing a festival here in town, Floral City, and we wanna see some of that too. So let's take a look at the map. All right, over here, we're at Floral City, as you guys know, and we're gonna go north about 10 miles or so into the Inverness area. We were up the other day driving, and there's the bike trail gets kind of along the big roads and stuff way up north here and everything. Probably very nice, but we're not gonna go that far. I think we might do about 10 miles today. Again, because we want to. Hey guys, Ferris Orange Grove store right over here where we got our strawberries the other day. Very historical place from the 50s and 60s, but it's right on the trail just as you pull out of Floral City, so that's kind of cool. All right, heading north on the trail, just north out of Floral City. It runs through some neighborhoods and all. Very nice. There's a road alongside of us over here. So I believe we're heading to Fort Cooper. Is that right, Sharon?
Correct.
All right, Fort Cooper's north of here. We stopped there the other day, but we thought we'd stop there and do a little filming there because the trail goes through a couple of parks in the north area, and well, the north and the south areas, it goes through a couple of parks, which is also kind of cool. This is really nice up at the north end here coming out of Floral City. Look at all these old trees. Beautiful. This Withlacoochee Trail, part of their big rails to trail system, as y'all know. Pretty spectacular. Look at that view over there. Look at that. Holy cow, that's pretty dang cool. It's kind of nice this morning. It's got a little cloud cover. It's supposed to be up in the 80s today, so thank God we're getting some cool weather, or some warmer weather. So this north part of the trail is actually pretty cool. All right, guys, just a few miles north of Floral City. That's kind of where we came from down that direction. We came to Fort Cooper, like I was telling you. We'll probably ride further north because it's early yet. Fort Cooper's right here, but it is a site of a fort, of course, and one of the battles in the Seminole Indian Wars. And just a little note, look at this. More than 1,500 soldiers died and 20 million was spent back in those dollars on the Second Seminole War, which lasted for about 7 years or so. So pretty crazy stuff is, the Florida, the history that you find when you least expect it. Hey, right across from Fort Cooper entrance is a cool sign that gives you some directions as to and how far things are. So this trail is super well marked along the way. There's always something for you to see and read and, kind of know exactly where you're at. Again. Yeah, we're going to take a little ride into Fort Cooper here and show you some of that. All right, a little bit further north than Fort Cooper along the trail, as we're still riding, got another bike store. That's called Select E-Bike, and it's open right now. So if you had some trouble on the trail or wanted to buy a bike, it would be there for you. But this is Mossy Road and the bike trail. So if you guys want to reference where that's at, and this is still old Floral City Road. Comes right out from 41 right over here on that side. So very accessible, very cool. Things to help you out along the way. Man, look what we just found. We just got into Inverness. This is Wallace Brooks Farm right off the trail. Look at this place. You got turtles for the kids to play on. That's very cool. Very colorful guy over there. Restrooms, it looks like. They got this nice, beautiful lake. I'm not sure which one it is. That might be part of that Lake Henderson or the Apopka chain, but pretty nice. Leaving out of the Inverness stop we just did, there is so much beauty up here. That's a big giant lake over there. There's a lake over on this side of us. Not sure all these different names, maybe part of the Apopka chain, but very, very nice. And we just passed a bike shop right there in Inverness. There was a bike shop there as well. So there is eateries and bike shops all along the north end of this trail, the north side of this trail, I'll say. Look at that, huh? And another bike shop right here along the trail in Inverness. Looks like they specialize in trekking bikes. But nonetheless, always a place for you if you have to travel on the trail to get your bike all looked at and tuned up. And here we are. We arrived back in Floral City, safe and sound. Let's go check out the festivities downtown.